The internet exploded in a way that few moments in modern pop culture ever managed to do. One single post, one striking image, and suddenly millions of fans around the world were frozen in the same moment of disbelief. There he stood, calm, elegant, and almost hauntingly powerful, holding a vintage microphone beneath warm stage lights. The setting was intimate, dramatic, and deeply emotional. The caption revealed everything fans needed to know: a brand new Netflix music event starring none other than Jungkook, the global superstar and youngest member of BTS. The title alone sent shockwaves through social media. The Last Vibrato. Within minutes of the image appearing on Netflix, timelines across the world began to flood with reactions. Army everywhere were asking the same breathless question: is this the beginning of the greatest BTS comeback yet? The stage lighting in the image felt cinematic, almost like a scene from a film. Jungkook stood alone, dressed in a sleek black suit, his expression focused and emotional, as if he were about to deliver the most heartfelt performance of his life. Behind him, a quiet audience sat in dim light, watching in anticipation. The environment looked less like a typical concert and more like a carefully crafted musical experience, something personal, almost sacred. For fans who have followed Jungkook's journey from teenage trainee to global icon, the symbolism of that moment felt overwhelming. It was not just another performance teaser. It felt like the beginning of a new era. And yet, the biggest surprise was not merely Jungkook appearing in a Netflix event. The real shock came from the whispers hidden between the lines of the announcement. The words "music event" triggered speculation instantly. Could this be the first step toward the long-awaited full comeback of BTS? Could this performance be connected to the mysterious project that fans have been discussing for months? The rumored album titled Erarang. Within hours, hashtags connected to Jungkook and BTS began trending across multiple countries. Army communities in South Korea, Indonesia, the United States, Brazil, and Europe all exploded with theories. Screenshots of the image circulated everywhere. Some fans focused on Jungkook's styling, pointing out how the elegant black suit reflected maturity and confidence. Others analyzed the stage design, suggesting it resembled traditional theater settings often used in classical Korean music performances. But the most fascinating detail was the title itself, The Last Vibrato. To musicians, vibrato represents the emotional tremble in a voice, the lingering resonance of a final note. Fans began to wonder whether this title hinted at something deeper, perhaps the closing of one chapter and the opening of another. For years, Jungkook has been known as the Golden Magne, a nickname that perfectly describes his incredible range of talents. He sings, dances, produces music, directs visual projects, and even participates in creative planning for performances. His voice has always carried a unique emotional intensity that resonates across languages and cultures. When Jungkook sings, millions listen, not only because of his technical ability, but because of the sincerity in every note. That sincerity is exactly what fans felt when they saw the Netflix teaser. Even in a single image, his expression seemed to carry a story, but the connection to the rumored Erarang album made the moment even more powerful. Erarang is not just a word. It is one of the most iconic traditional Korean songs, representing centuries of emotion, longing, and cultural identity. If BTS truly plans to build an album around that theme, the artistic implications are enormous. It would mean blending modern global pop with traditional Korean musical heritage, something that very few artists have attempted on such a large scale. For BTS, already known for pushing creative boundaries, it would be a bold and meaningful move. The possibility that Jungkook's Netflix performance might introduce elements of this concept immediately captured the imagination of fans. What if the stage arrangement seen in the teaser was intentionally designed to resemble a traditional performance hall? What if the vintage microphone symbolized the merging of past and present? Every detail suddenly felt significant. Meanwhile, ARMY began revisiting past clues. Some remembered recent interviews where BTS members hinted that their next musical chapter would explore deeper cultural themes. Others pointed out how several members had recently shown interest in traditional Korean art, fashion, and music. When those hints were placed alongside Jungkook's Netflix appearance, the puzzle pieces began forming a fascinating picture. Of course, The emotional weight of this moment goes far beyond artistic theories. For fans around the world, BTS is not just a group. It is a story that has unfolded over more than a decade. From their early struggles as rookies to their rise as the biggest global music phenomenon of the 21st century, BTS has repeatedly proven that passion and authenticity can change the entire industry. Each comeback becomes more than a release. It becomes a cultural event. That is why the possibility of a BTS comeback tied to a project like Arirang feels so monumental. It suggests that the group may be entering a new phase of artistic maturity. Instead of simply chasing chart success, they may be focusing on deeper storytelling, exploring themes of heritage, identity, and emotional resonance. Jungkook standing alone on that Netflix stage could represent the beginning of that narrative. Another reason the teaser created such intense excitement is Jungkook's unique relationship with global audiences. Among all BTS members, Jungkook has often been described as a bridge between cultures. His vocal style adapts effortlessly across genres, from emotional ballads to powerful pop anthems. He has collaborated with international producers and artists while still maintaining a distinctly Korean artistic identity. Seeing him lead a Netflix music event therefore felt symbolic. It was as if the world's largest streaming platform had chosen the perfect artist to deliver a global musical moment. AS reactions continued pouring in. Many fans described feeling emotional simply looking at the teaser image. Some said the lighting reminded them of classic concert films. Others said Jungkook's calm, focused expression looked like that of a performer preparing for something deeply personal. In a digital era filled with loud visuals and flashy marketing, the simplicity of the image stood out. There were no explosions of color, no chaotic graphics, just a singer, a microphone, and the quiet promise of music. The atmosphere surrounding this announcement quickly transformed into a worldwide conversation about what BTS's future might look like. Would the Arirang album combine traditional instruments with modern production? Would each member interpret Korean cultural themes in their own way? And perhaps most exciting of all, could this Netflix event be the very first stage of the group's long-awaited reunion performances? Fans began imagining scenarios. Some envisioned Jungkook opening the event with a powerful solo performance before gradually revealing new BTS songs. Others speculated that hidden cameos from other members might appear throughout the show. The possibilities felt endless, and every new theory fueled even more excitement. For Jungkook himself, this moment represents another milestone in an already extraordinary career. From performing in small venues as a teenager to headlining global stadium tours, his journey has been defined by constant growth. Yet what makes him truly special is that he never loses the humility and passion that first drew fans to him. Even at the peak of global fame, he still approaches music with the curiosity of someone who simply loves singing. Standing on that Netflix stage, microphone in hand, Jungkook seemed ready to share a new chapter of that journey with the world. The quiet audience in the teaser image may represent only a small group, but the real audience is millions of fans watching from every corner of the planet. Each of them is waiting for that first note, that first moment when the music begins, and when it does, it may not just be a performance. It may be the opening note of the next great BTS era. The world is watching. ARMY is holding its breath. And somewhere, behind the scenes, the story of BTS's Arirang comeback may already be unfolding, one vibrato at a time.